Hello Lakers fan. If you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to pay attention to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on possible signings, rumors, interviews, and much more of our Lakers, and what I can say is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and you don't want to miss any information. So if you are a true Lakers and you don't want to miss the latest news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive everything firsthand. Let's get to today's news.
Lakers coaching staff exploring new ways to maximize Luka Doncic's game. As Luka Doncic continues to turn heads with his leaner physique and standout performances at the 2025 Eurobasket, the Los Angeles Lakers are quietly working behind the scenes to unlock the best version of their new superstar. Doncic, now 26, looks more focused and determined than ever, and he's backing it up on the court. Representing Slovenia, he's dominated international competition, showing off a blend of skill, poise, and leadership that reminds everyone why he's one of the most gifted players on the planet. But in Los Angeles, raw talent isn't enough. In LA, it's championships or bust. No matter how many points he scores or how many highlight reels he fills, Doncic will ultimately be judged by one thing. Can he lead the Lakers back to the top? Greg St. Jean is already building the blueprint. That's where Greg St. Jean, an assistant coach for both the Lakers and the Slovenian national team, comes in. During a recent interview with Basket News, St. Jean revealed that he's using this summer's Eurobasket not only as a learning opportunity but as a laboratory for ways to maximize Luka's impact once the NBA season tips off. Coach Shaquille, Slovenia's head coach, is fantastic. He's built a great system and has a deep understanding of Luka, said St. Jean. We already had a relationship from 2022, so we've been able to collaborate and bounce ideas off each other. St. Jean explained that he's constantly taking notes on opponents, tactics, and Doncic himself, looking for creative ways to implement new strategies back in Los Angeles. Sometimes I see something in the tournament, maybe from another team, maybe from us, and I'll just write it down and think, that would be great to try with the Lakers. It's a blend of NBA-level preparation and European fundamentals, and the Lakers staff is fully invested in using every angle possible to give Doncic the support and structure he needs to succeed. The stakes are high, but so is the potential. Since joining the Lakers, Doncic has carried the pressure of not just being great, but being great in a city that demands banners. Lakers fans aren't easily impressed. They've seen the best: Magic, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron. Luka may be the next generational talent in that line, but it won't mean much if it doesn't translate into wins, and ultimately, rings. We know what the expectations are, said St. Jean. We're doing everything we can to help Luka be at his absolute best, and to surround him with a system that elevates everyone around him. With J.J. Redick now stepping in as head coach, the Lakers have a fresh voice at the helm, someone who understands modern NBA offense and has the respect of players across the league. Together, Redick, St. Jean, and the coaching staff are working to build a team that not only fits around Doncic, but helps him thrive at the highest level. Luka looks ready and hungry. There were questions about Luka's conditioning earlier in his career, but this summer he's putting all that doubt to rest. His transformation is visible. He's quicker, lighter on his feet, and playing with renewed energy. He looks better than ever, one scout at Eurobasket commented. He's not just playing well, he's playing like a guy who knows this is his moment. This fall will mark Doncic's first full season with the Lakers, and while expectations are massive, the potential payoff is even greater. If the coaching staff can continue building on what they're learning this summer, and if Luka continues to evolve both mentally and physically, the Lakers may be closer to contention than many realize. The road ahead. It won't happen overnight. The Western Conference is stacked, and even with a talent like Doncic, nothing is guaranteed. But the effort behind the scenes, the quiet hours of film study, tactical tweaks, and on-court experiments, show just how serious the Lakers are about making it work. This may not be the season Luka leads the Lakers to a title, but it might be the season everything starts to click. And in LA, that's all it takes to believe something special is coming. A new era in purple and gold. As the Lakers enter a new chapter, the presence of Luka Doncic signals not just a passing of the torch, but a complete shift in identity. Gone are the days of LeBron James orchestrating every possession. Now it's Luka's team, and the organization is building everything around him: the roster, the coaching philosophy, and even the playbook. The transition hasn't been seamless, but it's already creating buzz around the league. Luka on the Lakers just feels different, said NBA analyst Chris Broussard. It's not just about individual brilliance, it's about what this team can become with the right structure and buy-in. While J.J. Redick is still earning his stripes as a head coach, sources around the league say his partnership with Luka has already shown signs of genuine chemistry, a mutual respect that could become one of the league's most talked-about storylines by mid-season. Reactions around the league. Doncic's move to LA, and the Lakers' commitment to retool their system around him, hasn't gone unnoticed by other teams. Western Conference rivals, particularly the Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, and Phoenix Suns, are reportedly monitoring how quickly this new Lakers core can gel. There's quiet concern that if Doncic finds his rhythm in LA, with a competent supporting cast and a coach who tailors the system to his strengths, the Lakers could re-emerge as true contenders sooner than expected. If Luka starts cooking in LA, the whole conference needs to be on alert, said a Western Conference assistant coach. The league knows what he can do on his own, but in a structured winning environment? That's scary. At the same time, the Dallas Mavericks fan base is still reeling. Luka's decision to leave, and his very public statement with the billboard outside American Airlines Center, was more than just a move, it was a message. A new era is beginning, and he's all in. On-court adjustments. What's changing? Under Greg St. Jean and J.J. Redick, the Lakers are already experimenting with new sets, many inspired by what Luka thrives in internationally. More off-ball movement to open up space and reduce the wear on Luka from constant isolation. Inverted pick-and-rolls, where Doncic operates with bigs as ball handlers, a tactic pulled from Slovenia's Eurobasket playbook. Staggered lineups designed to keep shooters and rim runners on the floor with Luka at all times. There's also talk that the Lakers could revive a point-forward role for Doncic at times, especially when facing switch-heavy defenses, allowing him to punish mismatches in the post, a part of his game that remains underutilized in the NBA. The supporting cast has to deliver. Of course, no matter how brilliant Luka is, he can't do it alone. Players like Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, and newly acquired Jonas Valanciunas will have to elevate their games. The Lakers also need reliable outside shooting and defensive consistency, two areas that have plagued them in recent years. Greg St. Jean acknowledged this dynamic in his interview, hinting that the goal isn't just to make Luka better, but to build a complete system where every player understands their role and feeds off his energy. The key is balance, he said. You want Luka to be Luka, but also make sure the guys around him are empowered and confident. What comes next? As Eurobasket 2025 nears its conclusion, Luka's focus will soon shift back to Los Angeles, and expectations will only grow louder. Media outlets are already penciling in the Lakers as a top 4 seed contender, assuming health and chemistry align. Meanwhile, Doncic has made it clear, he came to LA to compete, to win, and to build something that lasts. And for a city as demanding and storied as Los Angeles, that's exactly what it needs. He didn't come here to blend in, one team insider said. He came to make history. Final word, the stakes are massive. There's no hiding from the spotlight in LA, and Luka Doncic knows it. But if the early signs are any indication, from his off-season transformation to the Lakers coaching staff working overtime to tailor the system around him, this partnership has the potential to be something special. And if the rest of the league isn't already paying attention, they will be by Christmas. Lakers rumors. NBA insider shuts down talk of LeBron wanting out of LA. Despite a summer filled with trade speculation and whispers of tension, an NBA insider is pushing back against the idea that LeBron James ever seriously considered leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, the team has clearly shifted its focus toward building around Luka Doncic for the future, and rightfully so. With Luka locked in for the next 3 years, he's expected to be the face of the franchise for the next decade. That pivot naturally raised questions about LeBron's role and future with the team. But according to those close to the situation, LeBron isn't going anywhere, at least not yet. LeBron never wanted to leave, insider responds to trade buzz. NBA reporter Jared Greenberg addressed the speculation on the good word with goodwill, making it clear that the rumors were blown out of proportion. LeBron had every opportunity this summer to become a free agent and sign wherever he wanted, Greenberg said. He didn't want to take the minimum. He didn't want to waive his no-trade clause. Let's not get it twisted, he's still a Laker by choice. In short, if LeBron had really wanted out, he had every tool at his disposal to make it happen. But he chose to stay. That speaks volumes. LeBron values legacy and loyalty. Throughout his storied career, LeBron James has never asked for a trade, something that sets him apart in a modern NBA where even superstar players frequently switch teams when things get tough. For LeBron, staying the course isn't just a professional decision, it's personal. It's about his legacy. He's not interested in hopping from team to chase a ring. And the Lakers front office knows it. According to team sources, the organization has no plans to move LeBron unless he explicitly asks for it, and even then, it wouldn't be an easy decision. New owner doesn't want to be that guy. With Mark Walter now at the helm as the Lakers' new majority owner, there's another layer of context to this story. Trading away one of the greatest players in NBA history in your first year as owner? That's not exactly how you win over fans, or the locker room. Walter reportedly has zero interest in being remembered as the man who pushed LeBron out the door. Instead, his focus is on winning now, and keeping LeBron in purple and gold is still part of that vision, even if Luka Donic is the long-term future. The numbers don't lie, LeBron's still elite. Let's be clear, this isn't a legacy tour for LeBron. He's still playing at an elite level. Last season, the 20-time All-Star averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game, shooting an efficient 51.3% from the field and 37.6% from beyond the arc. Those aren't just good numbers for a 39-year-old, those are good numbers, period. As long as LeBron can perform like that, the Lakers are going to keep him around, especially with a young superstar like Luka who can benefit from his experience and leadership. Looking ahead, could LeBron leave next summer? It's possible. He holds a player option after this season, giving him the flexibility to explore other options if he feels his time in LA has run its course. But for now, every indication is that LeBron is locked in and ready to run it back with the Lakers. And while the spotlight may be shifting toward Luka Donic, LeBron James is still very much part of the championship equation. Looking ahead, the Lakers' off-season moves will be closely watched as they try to balance the present with the future. With LeBron still at an elite level and Luka Doncic emerging as the franchise cornerstone, the front office faces a delicate balancing act. They need to build a roster that complements both stars and positions the team as a true title contender. LeBron's presence on the team continues to attract veteran talent who want to chase rings alongside one of the greatest ever. His leadership and playoff experience remain invaluable assets, especially for a young core that's hungry but still growing. At the same time, Luka's all-around brilliance and ability to take over games set the foundation for the next decade of Lakers basketball. However, some critics argue that the Lakers' current roster lacks the depth and defensive toughness necessary to compete with powerhouse Western Conference teams like the Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns. The pressure on the Lakers management to bring in impactful role players will only intensify, especially with the fanbase's championship expectations. LeBron's rumored frustration over the team's direction may have fueled off-season speculation, but insiders emphasize that any concerns he has voiced have been within the locker room, as part of his leadership role, not a sign that he wants out. Moreover, the team's handling of contract extensions, trades, and draft picks over the coming months will send a clear message about their commitment to winning now versus building for the future. The upcoming season could very well be the last opportunity for LeBron to add another championship ring before considering his next career steps. As for the fans, many remain hopeful that this unique duo of LeBron and Luka will defy the odds, blending veteran savvy with youthful exuberance to bring the Lakers back to glory. But there's also an understanding that, in the cutthroat world of the NBA, nothing is guaranteed, and the clock is ticking. Ultimately, the Lakers' ability to navigate this crossroads, managing egos, expectations, and on-court chemistry, will define the legacy of both LeBron James and Luka Doncic in Los Angeles. For now, the message from both inside and outside the organization is clear: LeBron isn't going anywhere just yet, and the Lakers remain committed to competing at the highest level. Lakers insider suggests LA has key trade piece to pursue Giannis Antetokounmpo. A source close to the Lakers believes the team may have what it takes to make a run at one of the NBA's biggest stars, Giannis Antetokounmpo. If there's one thing the Los Angeles Lakers have never been afraid of, it's swinging for the fences. History has proven that, from landing Shaq, to trading for Pau Gasol, to last year's bold move that brought Luka Doncic to LA from Dallas. That move secured the franchise's future, placing Luka as the cornerstone of their next championship window. But the Lakers may not be done just yet. According to a team insider, LA could have the right pieces to make a serious push for Giannis, should the opportunity arise. Could Austin Reeves be the key? On a recent episode of Lakers Lounge, Insider Anthony Irwin discussed the possibility of LA entering the Giannis sweepstakes if the Milwaukee Bucks ever decide to explore trade scenarios. If the Lakers and Bucks were to ever sit down at the table to talk Giannis, the first name out of Milwaukee's mouth would be Austin Reeves, Irwin said. And then it becomes a real question. Do you go all in for Giannis, or do you try to hang on to Reeves and keep building around what you already have? It's a tough call. Reeves has become a fan favorite in Los Angeles and has developed into a reliable two-way guard. But the chance to land a two-time MVP, NBA champion, and one of the most dominant forces in basketball might be too tempting to pass up. Lakers would have to go all in. If the Bucks ever reach the point where they're open to moving Giannis, which by all accounts, they're absolutely against unless he demands out, any team would have to empty the vault to get him. In the Lakers' case, that would likely mean Austin Reeves as the centerpiece. Rui Hachimura. Another young player or rotational piece. Multiple first-round picks and pick swaps. Make no mistake, this wouldn't be a mid-season tweak, it would be a franchise-defining move. Giannis still dominating. Last season, Giannis once again put up absurd numbers. 30.4 points per game. 11.9 rebounds. 6.5 assists. 60.1% shooting from the field. He continues to be a nightmare for opposing defenses, even with limited range from beyond the arc, just 22.2% from three. His elite athleticism, defensive presence, and relentless drive make him the kind of talent that can single-handedly change a franchise's trajectory. What this means for the Lakers. If LA senses that Milwaukee's relationship with Giannis is starting to fray, or if Giannis signals any desire for a fresh start, the Lakers could very well position themselves as a top destination. After all, it's Hollywood, and it's a team with championship pedigree, superstar teammates, and the kind of market power that few franchises can match. Pairing Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo? That's not just a power move, it could shift the entire balance of the Western Conference for years. Final word. Right now, it's just talk. There's no formal request from Giannis, no confirmed interest from Milwaukee, and no offer from the Lakers. But as we've seen time and again in the NBA, situations can change overnight, and the Lakers have always been ready when that moment comes. So while it may still be a long shot, don't rule it out. If the Bucks falter or if Giannis starts looking for a bigger spotlight, Los Angeles might just be the place he lands. FIBA Eurobasket 2025 highlights. Luka Doncic leads Slovenia past Iceland to clinch knockout spot. With their backs against the wall after a rough 0-2 start to group play, Luka Doncic and Slovenia knew they had no room for error. And on Tuesday, they responded, just in time. Behind a gutsy second-half performance, Slovenia secured an 87-79 win over Iceland, punching their ticket to the Eurobasket 2025 round of 16 and keeping their championship hopes alive. It wasn't the cleanest night for Luka. In fact, it was arguably his most difficult showing of the tournament so far. The Dallas Maverick superstar battled early foul trouble, played just 14 minutes in the first half, and struggled to find his rhythm. But in typical Doncic fashion, when it mattered most, he delivered. Despite the rocky start, he finished with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, leading his country when it needed him most. A tale of two halves. The first half was far from ideal. Doncic converted just 3 of 10 field goal attempts, missed all 4 of his three-point tries, and went into half-time with only 9 points. Slovenia clung to a narrow 1-point lead over winless Iceland, who were fighting to stay alive in Group D. But everything changed in the third quarter. Luka came out of the break locked in, pouring in 10 points in the third alone, including a pair of threes that ignited the Slovenian offense. Slovenia outscored Iceland 24-11 in the frame, creating enough separation to control the pace the rest of the way. While Doncic did the heavy lifting, he wasn't alone. Aleksej Nikolic had one of his best performances of the tournament, contributing 17 points and 5 assists, while also helping keep Iceland's guards in check. Turnovers tell the story. Iceland put up a fight, led by Martin Hermansson, who tallied 22 points and 6 assists. But costly mistakes proved to be their undoing. Iceland committed 20 turnovers, with 7 coming from Hermansson alone, a brutal stat against a Slovenian team that gave up the ball just 8 times all game. Those extra possessions gave Slovenia just enough of an edge in a game that could have gone either way. What's next for Slovenia and Doncic? With the win, Slovenia is officially moving on to the knockout stage, one of the first 12 teams to secure a spot in the round of 16. All 4 Group D slots are now locked in, with France, Israel, Poland, and Slovenia advancing. But the job is far from done. Slovenia closes out group play Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, in a pivotal showdown with Israel, led by Portland Trail Blazers forward Deni Avdija. The stakes? Massive. A victory could launch Slovenia into second place in Group D, and potentially earn them a much more favorable matchup in the next round. A loss, however, could drop them lower in the bracket and set up an early clash with a tournament favorite like Serbia, led by Nikola Jokic, or Germany, featuring Franz Wagner and Dennis Schroeder. The bottom line. Luka Doncic may not have been at his best for all 40 minutes, but when the pressure peaked, the superstar stepped up and carried Slovenia over the line. Now, with a spot in the knockout secured and momentum on their side, the question becomes, can Luka and Slovenia go on a run? They've survived the scare. Now, the real tournament begins. Momentum swinging just in time. After a shaky start to group play, Slovenia now finds itself in a completely different position, not just surviving, but suddenly surging with momentum at exactly the right moment. Back-to-back wins have transformed the narrative around this team. What once looked like a potential early exit for a title contender has now turned into a compelling comeback story. Luka Doncic, despite not playing his best game against Iceland, showed the kind of resilience and leadership that makes Slovenia dangerous, especially in a one-and-done elimination format. And it's not just Luka carrying the weight. Jogadors como Aleksej Nikolic, Mike Toby e Gregor Hrovat se destacaram em momentos cruciais, ajudando a Slovenia se tornar mais do que mero espectáculo individual. Sua evolução coletiva chamou a atenção de analistas em toda Europa. Este ano e mais o time Luka ou nada que vimos no início do torneio, disso ex-campeão de Eurobasket e comentarista de TV Sasha Djordjevic. Agora, eles estão jogando basquete mais inteligente e profundo. Se Doncic se destacar na fase eliminatória, cuidado. Classifica para o final do grupo D e confronto se formando. Como a Slovenia garantindo vaga nas oitavas de final, a classifica para o final do grupo D esta quase definida. A Franca já garantiu a liderança, enquanto Israel, Polónia e Eslovenia disputarão posicos com base no resultado da última rodada. Uma vitória contra Israel poderia colocar a Eslovenia na segunda posição do grupo, abrindo caminho para as eliminatórias. Mas uma derrota? Isso poderia colocá-la diretamente na mira de peso passado logo no início. Possivelmente confronto nas quartas de final com Sérvia, Espanha ou Alemanha, dependendo de como as chovas encaixaram. E por isso que o jogo de quinta-feira na e ape nas uma formalidade, ele pode definir toda a trajetória deles no torneio. Todos os olhos em Luka. Os torneios internacionais são ondas lendas se consolidam, e Luka Doncic sabe disso. Depois de liderar a Slovenia em título histórico de Eurobasket em 2017 e ficar aquam nas Olimpiadas de Tóquio, as expectativas são altíssimas. Ele não está se escondendo deles, na verdade, ele está aceitando a pressão. Embora Doncic não tenha tido uma fase de grupos perfeita, ele ainda tem médias de 25 3 pontos, 7 2 rebotes e 6 1 assistências por jogo, e continua sendo dos jogadores mais indefensíveis do torneio. Sua capacidade de decisão no meio da quadra, capacidade de criar espaços e talento para o drama fazem dele pesadelo para qualquer time em campo. E para os fãs? Isso significa que os fogos de artifício estão chegando. E aqui que o Luka vira Luka, dissimul hero europeu. A fase de grupos foi o aquecimento. Agora, e hora do show. O que está em jogo para a Slovenia. Como as fases eliminatórias se aproximando, os riscos no poderiam ser maiores para a Slovenia, e para o legado internacional de Luka Doncic. Uma boa fase poderia elevar a Slovenia de volta à elite do basquete europeu, especialmente com o potencial de superpotências globais ao longo do caminho. Uma medalha, ou o mesmo outro título, consolidaria Doncic como dos jogadores internacionais mais impactantes de sua geração. Mas outra eliminação precoce? Isso levantaria questos incomodas sobre a consistência e o elenco de apoio do time, principalmente considerando o poder de fogo de Eurobasket deste ano. Próximo jogo, Eslovenia x Israel. Calendar quinta-feira, 8h, horário do Pacífico. Round pushpin Grupo D do Eurobasket, jogo final. Basketball and hoop confronto chave, Luka Doncic x Deni Avdija. O capitulo final da faz de grupos esta definido. Ambas as equipes tem algo a provar. E tudo jogo. Com Doncic garantido, a Slovenia ascensão e as eliminatórias a poucos dias de distancia. O caminho para a gloria no Eurobasket está esquentando rapidamente.